come with me as I show you how I made this gorgeous half up, half down blue wig. Okay, so as you may have saw from the intro, this is the wig, as like how it is out the bag. It's actually got a lot of volume, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so I ordered this wig last week. It's not straight out the bag, but it's fairly new. I had it since yesterday, so I've like put it on, felt it, brushed it, done all of that good stuff you do with a new wig. And yeah, so we're now going to start styling it. For a bit of context with the video, the intro I'm gonna film last, so you obviously know the idea, but like I'll keep referring to this. So when I ordered the wig, I had an idea to do something like this. So obviously, wig head, got a half up, half down ponytail, and we're gonna put little metal D rings in the like wig. Because I think that's cool. You don't really see that. Okay, so the first step that I'm going to do is mainly just brush the hair away from the lace. And this is really important. I don't know if you can actually see, but this is really important for the next step, and that is going to be starting to like section out the wig. So obviously, it's a lace front. So here, if I bring it closer, you may be able to see that. Where's the light? Okay, so this part is on the lace. Okay, then this part is like the tracks. So we're mainly just going to separate the lace and the tracks, and I'll show you why in 1 second. You don't need a lot of space, but some would be good, especially for now. And obviously, as you can like do this chunk by chunk. So where's a hairband? I am just going to brush everything away from the section I'm about to obviously start to style. So I am just going to keep brushing this, make it look all nice. Then what I'm going to do is grab quite a large hair curler. This is a 44mm curler, and the main thing I'm going to try and do is kind of curl it away from the face. So instead of having it go towards the face, I want it to go away from the face. So I am going to run through it with a comb, and there we go. But instead of putting the hair over the curler, we're going to put it under. This would mainly just help it keep away from the face, especially with the kind of slicked back ponytail vibe that I am going for. If you have a chunk that you feel might be a bit too big, you can just get the end of a comb and just cut a bit off. Not literally, but you can kind of separate it into a smaller chunk, like I have just done. Then you obviously want the hair to be away from the bit that you're using, or styling, or curling in this case. So here we go. Now I am actually going to start to curl, and I'm just going to tuck the end in, because this would obviously help the hair go around it naturally. And now we're going to roll this all the way up to the lace, which is about there. You see? Really quick, really easy. It doesn't matter if it's not super tight, because obviously if it's looser, it will look a lot better. I'm trying to like figure out how I can like make you be able to see this. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to grab a pin. This is what the top looks like. It's just a, like, I don't know what they're called, but it's mainly, its main job is to go in the wig or in the curler and hold the curl there. I am going to do two, and this will just help like kind of cement the curl in that place. So as you see, the curl is now held in place like that. I'm going to do the full frontal bit of lace, then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done it. It's a bit of a mess, I'm not gonna lie, but this is where we are. To be honest, it's not massive if they're not symmetrical, in my opinion, because all of this bit's gonna go into the ponytail, so we're just kind of creating that volume for the ponytail. However, for the rest of the wig, how we wanted, like, if we kept going under the curler, it would create volume. So I think we're going to go over the curler. I don't have one to hand, but I'm going to use a roller tape because that's what I have beside me. We want to go over, so if I just grab a strand, we want to go over because we want to help create that volume. So imagine that was the curler, we're going to go over it, whereas if we went under, it wouldn't create that volume as well. So I'm going to do the rest of the wig and I'll be back. This is how she is looking now. She is now fully in the curlers or rollers, whatever you want to call them. I have done it quite loose, mainly because I do want it to be loose. I don't want it to be really tight. And I haven't really, made the front bit tight. I may have already said this because it is just going to be slicked back. Also, we don't want, the texture. We want the volume and shape, I guess. So, yeah, it has been about a few hours, to be honest. It's been about, I'd have to say, maybe 16 since I hairsprayed it. It is, it's not how hairspray makes your hair, really hard. It's not that. It's actually quite soft, as you may be able to see. But I can still move it. Now we're going to move on to the next step, which would just be kind of, permanently setting the texture in. And the way we're going to do this is with a steamer. So I grabbed a plastic bin bag. Doesn't matter what colour, I just got this one because it's what I had. I'm not going to be able to talk while steaming because obviously the steamer would make a lot of noise. So yeah, I'll tell you steam it not on the video because I won't be able to talk. Then I will be back after. So the first thing we're going to do is put the whole head in the bag. Okay, so now the wig is in the bag, and this is mainly to keep the steam in there. Because obviously the steam would rise, it would go away from the wig. However, this will just keep it in here. So I'm gonna lay this down actually. So this is my steamer. I filled up about halfway because I know if I fill it all the way, it would come out the top, and I don't want that. Make sure it's locked. So when it is locked, make sure it is I'll kind of demonstrate it without the steam. So I'm gonna grab the wig and put it under the bag so the steam goes up into the bag. Also you wanna twist the head, make sure you get steam everywhere, because then the curls would be really set. So I'm gonna steam this off the video, then I'll be back after. Okay, so as you may be able to see, I don't know if you can actually, but I have steamed it. It's easier to see in person because all of the moisture is sticking to the bag. I have steamed it, and we are now going to take the bag off. So I'm just gonna flip it upside down and pull the bag off. And as you may be able to see, the wig is steaming, which means it is quite warm. Yep, she's warm. This will just help kind of set everything in place. And because I've done it in the bag, that just means it's gone everywhere. But I kind of just want to focus some more steam on some bits. So what I'm going to do is get the steamer and just go over it. Obviously it won't be trapped, so I'm going to go below, and the steam would go through the hair, which I think would work quite well, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so I've just finished giving a bit of an extra steaming to some bits, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wig off the stand, and I'm basically just going to leave it to dry for either a day or until the little D-rings come, whatever comes quick of it, to be honest. So yeah, I'll see you when this is dry and the curls are really set. So maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Right, so it's now a new day, and I think I would have took the colours out anyway. But another reason why I'm going to take them out is because the D-rings are here. So you may not know what they are because, to be honest, they may be niche, but it may be one of the things where you know what they are, but you don't know what they're called. These are what they are. If I hold it like here, I think normally I don't actually know what they would normally be used on. Maybe like belts and bags. But that's about it. I know there's one in my makeup bag. So imagine this is a bigger cable. They'll hook them through, and you can basically like hook stuff to it. That is what they normally use. But obviously, I'm putting them in a wig. So this is how she is currently. Sadly, this one has fallen out, but I don't think it matters because maybe this chunk would be in the ponytail. So now it's time for us to completely take her out, all of the curls out. So I think I'm going to start at the bottom, so this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of the pins out. So got one, going to pop that in the front of the head. And the next one. Okay. And as you may have saw, it is starting to uncurl by itself. And I think it has kind of created quite a loose curl, which isn't like horrible because obviously this part would be covered, so I did only want like the main like shape at the bottom anyway. So this is what the curl is looking like. I am actually really happy with that. So yeah, to do this again, I'm gonna do this one. This one has only got one pin in. So again, just gonna take that out, put that in the front and uncurl it. Oh, if they are stuck, just keep going, because it will eventually like roll and come off. Okay, there we go. And now we've got a few curly bits, which aren't actually that bad. Like, it's not dead curly, but it has got some texture. And obviously this is the bottom of the wig, so yeah, I'm going to do this to the rest of the hair, then we'll see where we are. Okay, so I've took all of the curlers out, and as you can see, it's not like an over-the-top curl. However, I do kind of like it, but if I was doing it, like, for someone else, I would just re-curl it, to be honest. But it has got some shape, which is what I wanted. Like, I didn't want it to be dead straight. So yeah, I'm going to come back to this a little bit later, mainly because I haven't got the brain power to do, like, any more than what I'm going to. And yeah, so let me move a little bit. The only thing I am going to do, like now, firstly tighten up the wig head, because that is important. And then just kind of bring that back. Then I'm going to grab a brush and kind of just start to kind of make the shape of the ponytail, or like where I want the hair to come from for it. Obviously I want like the sides to be covered, because that would help hide the track, or tracks, because there's several. I think that is a good like height for this side. Now we just kind of need to like make it symmetrical on this side, which I think we have actually done. Like, I think that is looking kind of symmetrical. So mainly because we are going to like come back to this, and like I'm not gonna do it right now. I am just gonna pull the ponytail up in at one moment, because it is a bit messy back here, and just kind of put it in a hairband. Mainly because this would allow me to get to the bottom without touching the top. And I am going to leave it like this, because obviously more hair would be up. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it like that for now, and I'll be back a little bit later. Okay, I have actually just kind of redone it. Mainly because I wanted more hair in the ponytail to give it a lot more volume. I will maybe backcomb it, but I wanted that like good base for the volume. So yeah, we're now starting kind of at the end of the lace instead of like halfway. So we've got this chunk of hair too. Um, yeah, I've kind of put it in a knot up here so it's easier to get all of the back. And the last main thing I also did was kind of leave out a chunk for the D-rings to go in. Let me demonstrate. So this is the chunk where they're going to go. And if we flip it back, Obviously, I'll make it look good. But, yeah, so I'll grab a D-ring, kind of like this, and I think the easiest way is kind of bending the hair and kind of popping it through like that. If you have got like a hook of any sort, that will massively help. Or another way, you can go to the end of the hair and kind of like pop that through like this. And there we go. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do this right now because I kind of want the hair to be ready because obviously I don't really want them to move. But however, a little teaser. Then you flip this bit back, and obviously it'll be like slicked in so it kind of blends. But that is kind of like a little bit of a vibe, I think, like blue and silver. Obviously I'll make it look like better than what it does. This is just kind of like a quick thing. So yeah, I'm now gonna leave it for a little bit, mainly because I need to take breaks, or else I'll get bored of it and give up. So yeah, I'll be back to kind of deeply style this in a bit. Okay, so I'm now back, and to be honest, the only thing I've done is kind of like brush all of here, and that has made it look a lot better, like a lot more tame, and just a lot better in general. So now we're going to focus on the ponytail. The first thing I am obviously going to do is take the main chunk of the ponytail out. This is mainly so I can kind of brush it and kind of actually like put it where I want it. Because I just kind of threw it up so that it would be out the way. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab all of the hair that will be a part of the ponytail and a brush, and I'm just going to brush it all out because this will just help make everything look a lot nicer anyway, and kind of a lot neater too. We do still want to keep that like section separated, so just going to try and grab everything around it and kind of make it really slicked. The thing about wigs is that a lot can be fixed with a brush. Like, you want to change the direction of the parting, use a brush. Actually, I'm going to bring this down a little bit so that it's actually in the camera. And I'm going to, like, tilt the head back a lot more so that you can actually see. This is mainly to, like, kind of make it all look nice again, which it has actually done. Now we're going to grab some of the hair from up here and kind of just pull it all tight. And then something you could also do, is take a teasing brush and kind of just get all of the fine hairs and kind of slick them all back. And this will just help, like, get all of the baby hairs or hair that is, like, much looser or shorter, depending on if you cut the wig before. Obviously, I haven't because this is literally out the bag. Okay, so I've just cut the other hairbands out, mainly because it wasn't, like, straight and it kept, like, getting really loose and messy. And obviously I wanted to fix that, being a really, like, good perfectionist. So, yeah, I've cut the hairband, so we're now basically got all of the hair together, including the bits with the metal rings up here. So now I'm just going to kind of brush everything together again. I did try to do some back combing, but you're not going to see that bit, because it wasn't really decent, to be honest. So yeah, we are now going to kind of try and regather every bit of hair, so that this ponytail can be really good. Keep brushing every bit that you can, because obviously that would help make the hair look good too. So I'm gonna kind of brush all of this, and I'm gonna get to the point where I'm about to put it back in a ponytail, so I will be back. Okay, so I have now kind of got to the point where I'm about to put it back into the ponytail. I basically brushed it so all of the hair, missed a few spots, but most of the hair is in the ponytail, as I kind of want to, like, avoid, like, flyaways and bits that fly off. But a little thing that you can do is grab some hairspray and kind of go, like, lightly directly on the hair and brush it back, because obviously the hairspray would act as, like, glue. So you're kind of gluing the bits of hair together. And also you can run your hand through it too. And this would also help a lot. So then obviously keep going. And as you can see, this side is much more slicked compared to the other. However, there is still a few, but I don't think they're going to be in the main part. But I may just still slick them back a little bit more, as this will help. And even if you wanted, you could grab your back combing brush and just slick back. Because the bristles are kind of much firmer, so it will help. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do, I've got 2 hairbands on my wrist. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of separate the back, and we're going to hold it at the highest angle you can possibly get it, because obviously that would help the volume and make it look good. So here we go. And now we're going to grab both hairbands at once, mainly because it's a lot easier if you do. I'm just going to grab all of the hair and keep tying and tying and going until it's quite tight. I would say do it about 3 times to get it really tight. So this will be the 3rd time and final. So here, okay, here we go. So now that is the 3rd time done. Okay, so I did take the colours out because I think it like still works without. But the next thing we're going to do is kind of hide this hairband. So we're going to take a chunk of hair that's from under the ponytail. And we are going to kind of like gather all of the hair in this like strand and just wrap it around. As you can see, it's slowly starting to disappear. Just wrap it, keep wrapping it, and it will eventually go. And also, you can just grab some Got2b glued and just kind of spray it. Okay, and then just keep wrapping and it will kind of act as a glue, which, as we're coming to the end, will work very, very well. Okay, and now we are getting to the end. So what you basically want to do is kind of grab the hairband. Actually, why did I say hairband? You want to grab the Got2b glued, spray the bit of hair where it's now going, and then just kind of like attach it. And as you can see, we're going to hold it until it dries. So I'm not going to make you wait, but we're going to hold it until it dries, and then the hairband is completely gone. So as you can see, it now just looks like a bit of hair. Okay, and now that we've done that, we can actually move on to sorting these rings out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like, I'm going to roughly space them out. I think you can see where they're going. I'm going to roughly space them out. They don't have to be even, to be honest, but if you want, you can make them even. I'm going to try and get the first one as close as I can to the start of the ponytail. Mainly because I think that would look quite good. And then we're gonna, so my thinking is have the flat bit at the furthest point of the curved bit, if that makes sense. So, there we go. I think 6 may have been too many, but it's a bit too late now. So just gonna set all of that back as much as we can. And kind of just go over the hair a little. Okay, now that bit is at the furthest point back. Now I'm gonna move the 2, the 3rd one, 4th one, and 6th. Or what you could do is actually set the first one with a bit of Got2b glued on it. Then do the same with the second one, because obviously the hair would start to be a lot firmer as you go. So, second one, done. Third one, about to be done. Okay, now fourth, again, about to be done. Got that in the right spot roughly. Kind of like slicking it back as I go. Okay, fourth one, done. Fifth one. Okay. And then lastly, the sixth one. We are gonna like kind of push this one down because I don't think it's gonna like levitate. And then I went really heavy on like the bottom bit because that is kind of how I want it to set. So I'm gonna hold this while it sets, and I think the next time you're gonna see this wig, I may be in full drag. I may be in full drag with it on because I think we're basically done. I may show you how to cut the lace. Okay, so I'm back, and obviously the rings moved because they aren't a part of the wig. Like, they're not, like, a part of the wig, so they are gonna move. However, I think that this lace is now cuttable. So I am just going to use my phone as a mirror, mainly because of the fact I don't want to, like, actually cut the hair. And the camera on my phone is a lot better. So, okay, I've now got my phone set, like, under. So we're gonna... normally I do this on the head, but obviously, like, it's styled, so I can't. I am just going to kind of go straight up the middle. Okay, there we go. And now, as you can see, we've kind of got a finger worth of lace. So now, I'm actually going to take it off because that would be a lot easier for me. So there we go. And now, what I'm going to do, I'll try and keep it in the frame, but to be honest, I don't know if I can. I'm going to go straight along one way. Ooh. It would help if you didn't drop it, but however, we can't be perfect. Then I like to pull the lace away from it because that definitely helps. So going to pull the lace away from the wig and kind of keep cutting along. When you get to the ear, it doesn't really matter. So we've kind of got to where the ear is. I just normally cut straight along, maybe at an angle a little bit. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Because, like, that is going to be covered by hair. That is kind of why I did leave a bit of hair hanging. So, yeah, I am now going to start from the ear on the other side. Mainly as it's easier to meet in the middle, I guess. So, going to start from the ear. No, I am going to start and do it backwards. Because then the middle would be kind of an even point. So, we're going to kind of do the same that we did. I like to leave about one finger worth of lace, to be honest. Because I think that is enough for me to glue it down and, like, melt the lace so it looks good. And as you can see, the lace is now cut. So, here we are. The lace is now cut. And now I'm going to throw it back on. Because, as you can see, it should look a lot more natural now. So, pop that bit, hold it, and then just pull it. Obviously make it look even. When I actually wear it, I am going to move these so they look decent. But anyway, I think that's kind of giving. So the next time you'll see it, I will be in full drag. And I'll give you, like, my review, to be honest. Right, so we're now kind of evaluating the wig. And I'm kind of going to pick it all to pieces. I'm not mad at it because I actually do kind of love it. It's not bad for my second attempt. Yeah, so I kind of love it. I don't. So you see this bit? I wish it was like a lot higher to give that more volume. Maybe like, because up here you can see it, where it's down there you can't. Like, I actually have to kind of bend my head down. And also these bits, I kind of wish they were more like spaced out. Obviously we did put some got to be glued on them, but that kind of didn't really help. So that is just another little thing I wish happened. Also, the curls didn't really stay. Like, maybe I should have steamed them a little bit more. But anyway, I am really proud of this for my second attempt ever. Um, so yeah, there's probably going to be more wig videos to come. Make sure you like, comment if you want to, and subscribe, as it really helps me out as I'm trying to grow this channel and grow my socials. So please do all of that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.